Yeah, toxic positivity is the idea that people exclusively focus on what's positive in their lives and in the world in general. And although keeping a positive attitude is a really good idea, it keeps people motivated to move forward in their life, keeping their focus exclusively on positivity at the detriment of not paying attention for how they truly feel about certain phenomena in their life and in the world is actually pretty deleterious. First and foremost, emotions just in general are not positive or negative. They're just guidance. Be it something that we consider pleasant or something we consider unpleasant, the fact remains that it's just information. And dismissing a good chunk of the information that is being provided through this quote-unquote negative emotions is just unhelpful and unhealthy. I mean, I think there's several reasons for it. First and foremost, things like Facebook, for example, is people typically post things that are going well in their life. So when other people are looking through their feed, they're noticing, oh my God, this person traveled to Australia and they went to Europe and then they graduated high school, right? It gives the illusion that there's so much positivity in one's life, albeit not true. So it gives the sense that there's a positivity and the person gets a sense of, oh, maybe I should be doing the same thing, right? And then oftentimes people start feeling bad about their lives because they're comparing to something that's just in their imagination. It's just not true. Secondarily, I think that people read a lot of self-help books and honestly probably didn't really take away the important message. And the message typically in the self-help books such as The Secret is really not so much about just be positive at all costs. It really talked about identifying your emotional point of attraction and trying to move the emotion from the unpleasant into the pleasant through internal work. It didn't really suggest just focus on positivity exclusively and minimize and almost invalidate all the negativity. That it really didn't say that at all, at least not in my point of view. And I think a lot of people, unfortunately, misunderstood what that book and similar books were about. I think if people read such books and truly grasp what some of the ideas that are being discussed, then I think it could be of great help. Unfortunately, I think a lot of people, they just took one message away, which is just focus on positive, and positive attracts positive, and therefore positive things will be in your life. That, from my point of view, is not a helpful message to take. A more helpful message that I would encourage the viewer and anybody I work with is to look at the breadth of all of your emotional experiences and see it not as positive or negative, but just information. Guidance. Think of back in the 90s, if you remember when you were plugging in your VCR to the TV, you would have 3 prongs, right? You would have different colors, right? And if you didn't plug one in, you would have like no color or no sound. Think of your physical body, your emotional body, and your cognitive body as 3 pieces of complementary information. You don't want to dismiss one or invalidate one because you're not going to get a full picture. This is the same thing when you're dismissing negative emotions. You're not paying attention to a good chunk of information that is very useful for you in your life. You want to be able to accept the fact that you're feeling a negative emotion, right? And also at the same time, commit yourself to improvement or change. Just because I'm feeling sad, right, doesn't mean that I have to be consumed by the feeling. All it means is that the sadness is really indicating that whatever it is that you're looking at in your life is not pleasing to you, right? We want to be able to accept that as information and also commit to change, meaning start coming up with behaviors in your life or cognitive reframes in your life that are actually going to be helpful to propel you in the direction that you'd like to go. So it's kind of like this dialectic, is holding 2 seemingly opposite things at the same time. That typically is what gets people moving in the right direction.